Hello everyone, today we are going to be discussing radical equations. Let's get started with, for this example, we will be adding radicals. Before we multiply these radicals, we must simplify the square root of 48, since it has a perfect square factor. 4 times this is equivalent to 4 times the square root of 8 plus 7 times the square root of 4 times 8. Since 4 is a perfect square factor, we must simplify it. 4 plus the square root of 8 plus 7 times 2 times the square root of 8. This is equivalent to 4 times the square root of 8 plus 14 times the square root of 8. Now we will add these two radicals together. 14 plus 4 is equivalent to 18, and then we add the square root of 8. But we can still simplify this answer because there is a perfect square factor in the square root of 8. This is equivalent to 18 times the square root of 4 times 2. The square root of 4 is 2, so 18 times 2 times the square root of 2 is the answer. 18 times 2 is 36 times the square root of 2, and that is our answer for this example. For our next example, we will be multiplying radical. We will be multiplying 8x times the cube root of 8 by 4x times the cube root of 2. What we must do first is that we must multiply the numbers on the outside of the radicand with each other and multiply the numbers on the inside with each other. So 8x times 4x times the cube root of 8 times 2. This is equivalent to 32x times the cube root of 16. What we must do next is simplify the problem. 32x times the cube root of 8 times 2. This is equivalent to equivalent to 6x times the cube root of 2. Our third example involves dividing radicals with the same index. 7x times the square root of 9 over 4x times the square root of 3. This is equivalent to 7x times the square root of 3 squared times 4x times the square root of 3. So we cancel these each other out, and then we get 21x over 4x over the square root of times the square root of 3. What we must do next is simplify this equation by rationalizing. Since we have a denominator in our answer, we must simplify even further. So 21x over 4x times the square root of 3 times the square root of 3 over the square root of 3. This is equivalent to 21x times the square root of 3 over 4x times the square root of 3 squared, which means that this is equivalent to 21x times the square root of 3 over 4x times 3, which makes this 21x times the square root of 3 over 12x. Now we must cancel the numerator and denominator. We cancel out x, and then we get 21 times the square root of 3 over 12. Done. Hopefully you have learned from my explanation and have a good day.
Bye.